Hello everybody, today I'm going to go over my current display driver. It's an ASUS ROG SWIFT PG278Q. It has a 1 millisecond response time, 144 Hz refresh rate, and has a 16.7 million color display. Very impressive. Today we're going to go over what the monitor does, what its options are, and a little bit of video to go with it. Okay, so basically what I'm going to go through is a few quick options of the monitor. There's an option built into the monitor for a crosshair. Now, what this does is it allows the player to see a virtual crosshair on their screen. Now, if you can see here, it's perfectly lined up with the in-game crosshair. You have a red one, a green one, a red one with a crosshair, the traditional, or green. Now, once it's here, you can also adjust its placement by using the adjustment knob on the back, which is sort of helpful, I guess, if the game's in-game crosshair isn't traditionally center. But what that does is it lets you, let me shoot this guy. If the in-game cursor wasn't there, I would be able to use the one that's on screen. Now, in the gameplay, you can see that my cursor isn't there. You can't see it in-game. It doesn't display on the game. It's only for the monitor itself. So there is an advantage and there's a disadvantage. It works, it's the advantage, and the disadvantage is you're a noob for using it. Because basically this is sort of like cheating. You know, you don't really need this. So that's the crosshair feature. Another feature is a timer. Let me get to it. I don't know the practical use for this. I really have no clue. Let me get the camera to show it. So top corner here, you see the timer. You can set it for 30 minutes, 40, 50, an hour, or an hour and a half. The only logical thing I can think of is maybe you're playing a multiplayer game that has a respawn timer or something that you're waiting to come up and it's a 30-minute timer. Doesn't make sense. Maybe you're trying to moderate how much time someone plays games so you can, you know, when it hits 0, it's time to stop playing. Or maybe you're recording and you want to only record for 30 minutes and you lose track of time. So this thing will keep a timer for you, and when your time's up, you should probably stop recording because you've hit your limit. So that's the timer feature. Doesn't make sense again to me, but whatever. It's a feature of the monitor. Let me kill this guy and then I'll go to the next option. Okay. Next menu option, you can change the refresh rate. So right now it's currently at 144 megahertz, which is the fastest response time the monitor has, and you can force it down to 60, 120, or back to 144. Why it's a hotkey, I don't know. Perhaps there's a reason, but I prefer to keep mine maxed at 144 all the time. I like the fastest refresh possible. Another good thing about the ROG SWIFT monitor is that this is G-Sync. And what that means is G-Sync is the NVIDIA version of vertical sync, but it locks it down. So at no point during time of me playing the game will the refresh rate drop below whatever the max monitor refresh rate is. So currently it's locked at 144 megahertz. And what that means is it will stay locked in at 144 megahertz. So if the game doesn't do 144, let's say the max is 60 on the game, but my monitor's 144, it will never drop below 60. It will lock in and keep the game running smooth, so there's no jankiness, no tearing, no matter how fast I look around or you know, walk around the environment. It won't get torn. The vertical screen will not tear. So that's a nice feature of the monitor. Granted, you need to have video cards that will support this. Currently, I'm running I'm running two GTX 980s in SLI, which is pretty much overkill. This game really only needs one card to run, but you know what? I do a lot of video editing, so I use GPUs to render, and I'm an enthusiast, so I like to have the best of the best, and I just like to have fun. So having two is cool. Anyway, there's that feature. Let's go on to some other specs. Okay, on the back you can see there's the Republic of Gamers logo, and it has a standard vase mount if you don't want to have the traditional mount. This is where the on-screen display joystick toggle is. It has 5 directions, you up, down, left, right, and then if you press it in, that's like the select button. And then the rest of these buttons are for the menu, to cancel, the joystick logo, which is the clock or the crosshair that I showed earlier, and then the refresh rate button, and then the power button there on the bottom. The ROG SWIFT has a very ergonomic range with over 4.5 inches of height adjustment, a 25-degree tilt, and over 60 degrees of swivel. As you can see right here, I'm running out of room in my window just to tilt it far enough. One feature I almost forgot to mention was the light in motion at the bottom of the stand. Now, what this is a red light. That's pretty much it. Using the navigation joystick on the back of the monitor, you can turn it on and off. Now, if you have colored lights in your system or some sort of theme that you're going with your keyboard and mouse, if red isn't it, you could turn it off so that it doesn't stick out as an eyesore. Most of the time, I leave mine off because I have blue keyboard, blue mouse, and some strobing lights that are in my case. Now, lastly, we have the power adapter, the 1.2 display port, and the 3.0 USB 1 up and 2 downstream. I'm not sure what this is. I think it's a maintenance port, but I don't think it serves any actual purpose for end users. Thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully you learned a little bit about what this monitor is. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Please do subscribe. Really helps me out a whole lot. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.